Hey guys, welcome to On the Beat weekly podcast. On the Beat is all about giving young people a voice. We explore all the interesting topics that affect us in the world today. So come, listen, enjoy, and be inspired.
On the Beat. Hi everyone, this is Brent Balfour in On the Beat podcast. I have Brandon at the side of me and Alexia. What's up?
Wait, I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah. All right, cool. So today we're talking about the experiences we want to have, all the habits, or it could be bad habits. It could be places that you want to go, or things that you used to do and you can't do them no more because of the pandemic, when everything changed. So we are going to talk about what do you want to see return after the pandemic. And to be honest, I have no clue what I want to see. Do you? Let me hear from Brandon. Brandon, what do you want to see after the pandemic ease off?
So after the pandemic ease off, right now I just want to see more musicians outside, because before the pandemic we had panorama celebrations, we had the Soca Monarch, and we had all this fun stuff around the carnival time.
Right.
We missed out on carnival this year, unfortunately, and I think we missed it out last year as well. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, you did.
Can't remember.
Yes, you did.
Right. So so that is really actually why I want to see again, because being a musician myself, I miss going down the bull track on the savannah, seeing the other bands playing. I miss watching Soca Monarch on TV. I miss watching Battle of the Bands. I miss watching all those kinds of stuff. And plus, that is our bread and butter as well as musicians.
Well, how long that season is for? That's what? Well, Carnival itself is a 2-day program, and how long the season it is for that years be playing for?
Well, usually my band that I play with, Sangriani Quartets, we start to practice from August the previous year. So let's say 2018. 2018 wow. Carnival Panorama. We start to practice from August in 2017.
Wow.
And
so it's
the preliminary round is somewhere in like January.
So it's like 6 months of practicing and start playing in small competitions and then build up to the big thing.
Yes.
All right. Alexia, what you have there?
Well, I would like to go and watch movies on the big screen. And
in our big screen home?
It's not the same thing, you know? To close up the blinds or closing the curtains and try to make it as dark is not the same. You understand? Like in the theater, it is be a different atmosphere, and you can't get theater food in your house. It don't taste the same.
So wait, the popcorn don't taste like popcorn?
No, because you see the popcorn in the movie theater is like it tastes like it's never spoiled, right? But the one at home, it tastes like it have a possibility it could spoil. So you have to eat it at a certain time. Like as they pop it, you have to eat it within. You just have to eat it within a certain time. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
And how about hot dog?
I mean, but it don't taste, nothing that stays the same. Understand? Nothing that stays the same, like how it stays in a theater.
Nachos. I'm sure I could make a nachos.
Exactly. But it don't taste the same. Like it can't compare to theater food. Other than that though, I would love to go and see a live play. Like, and you know how the production, Trinidad does do that.
Which part, girl?
So, well, when I was in Form 4 and it had no pandemic, it was Form 4. Yeah, it was in Form 4 because that's when we finished 2 subjects. You know, I just do theater used to do theater in school. So we had to go and watch a play to write a report on it, basically. And we went to actual live play. So I was like, I want to go to more of these. Like, it was really fun. But the play was more musical more musically oriented than just acting. So it was really good because I was enjoying myself. I was learning about different characters because the play was on past Calypsonians and the life and a whole musical. It was just this. It was just this.
Wow. Yeah, I would love to. I would love those live shows. Yeah, those live shows would be nice. I went a few though. Through the Ministry Education system. Yeah, I went a few. So for me, I would want hiking to return, right? Hiking and bathing in the river, even though I should say it off air. Even though that I went a little swimming and thing and hiking and thing, in off season, I should call it off season, right? Off season times. I went hiking and so on in off season. And watch me. I think we should implement an off season and a season for bathing and hiking so that the nature could rebuild itself and beautify itself and grow. Because when I went in the off season, right? If you see how beautiful it was, peaceful, it's seeing more creatures, right, coming out. It's seeing the trees blossoming, the cleanliness of the water, right? It was so good. And I think we should have our season and a season, but people will kick against it though. People will kick against it. And we don't know the Trinidadians will kick against it.
They will. Most definitely will.
Yeah, Trinidadians like Alexia and them who don't like to bathe, but they might like to hike. You understand? I don't know.
Like Alexi, who?
I don't know. It has some, Brandon, you know what I can't understand? People who go hiking and then they don't even want to enjoy the atmosphere. They would just sit on a rock and just watch. You understand? They won't even dip in the water. You go all that way and not dip in the water because worse yet, they put on makeup, they put on the nice clothes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They say nothing again, flashback.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you just say, you tell Brandon you don't understand what happened. I can't relate to that.
Oh, yeah, let's say, you understand? So I'm not looking forward to that part, but I'm looking forward to this enjoying nature because actually the pandemic highlights what we were taking for granted. And what are some of the things that you think that you were taking for granted?
Honestly, for me, it was the time I had in school and the time I had doing what I love to do. So in school, our teachers constantly, they try to drill us and try to drill it into our heads that you don't have enough time now. Form 4 is here, Form 5 will come upon you very quickly. And all of us, me, my friends, peers, everybody, all of us had this exact same mindset.
Yeah.
The teachers don't know what they're talking about. We have a lot of time. The pandemic came and just like that, as soon as we went into Form 4 is as soon as we leave Form 5. And we were in that exam room and all of us were just, I don't know how to say it, but it's at a particular point in time, everybody that was in one exam room just look at each other. I believe it was the last exam it's had, or the last exam I went to, because it was a lot of people's class as well. All of us just looked at each other like, this is it. This is the final time we see each other in uniform in the school. So
such a sad time.
Yeah.
I cried for days.
Honestly, I saw people getting really emotional. So
I'll always get emotional. Exactly. Alexia, you don't get emotional?
To be honest, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't really have friends. I just have people I talk to. So and plus the people who I talk to, I know I could meet them again. We could organize something in I had. So it wasn't overly emotional for me. Like I talk to everybody in class, right? But when I see them as the last day, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I didn't get emotional to say I shed a tear.
Well,
I
for
don't know.
now,
That's just me because I don't really cry. I don't really like to cry either. So.
Oh, you don't.
No, but imagine,
All right.
imagine an entire room of 16, 17-year-old boys just tearing down the place in an exam room.
I didn't reach that far, Alexia. I didn't reach that far. Right? You didn't reach that far. But I can tell you,
I mean, nothing wrong if you did.
I mean, hello, we are men. We are men. You understand? We didn't reach
So
that
men
far.
can't cry.
Big
Come on
men
now.
don't cry. Big men.
I don't know about the big man part. I know this big
Well,
man.
I didn't hear that.
Nah, that's joking. Actually, it didn't hit home until the next day when there's no more school, no more alignment, no more friends, no more phone calls. Right? That's when it hit home. But on the day,
I would have feel it more if we didn't have online school. If we was going out to school throughout the entire thing,
yeah.
and that was the last day exam, I would have feel it more. But I get so accustomed to being home, not having to talk to anybody as much, so it didn't hit.
No, for me it was the opposite because it was every single day I was around those people. Because more often than not, my classmates and I we basically chose the exact same subjects. Of course there were variations here, there, and everywhere, but for the majority, I could see at least 5 or 6 of my other classmates in the same class I am in. So it really did feel like I was in a classroom at that time. So that's why I ended up getting emotional in that exam room. When the examiner said, "Time is up, put on your pens and pencil."
Put on your pens and pencil. And then they are like family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember English exam was one of the last exam we had. And we watch each other and we say, hey, let's go and hit a beach now. We went to the beach and one of the furthest beach we went to as well. And it's like, because I went to school in El Dorado and we went to a beach down Chaguaramas, right? We traveled to a beach down Chaguaramas. And yeah, I think we had one more exam left. It was the next day or the day after that, but yeah, we were crazy. We were spontaneous and whatever we feel, yeah, we just go with the flow. So Alexia, what did you think you was taken for granted?
Family time, mainly. Because
you having too much family time now by chance? I should say that.
Yeah, I having more. I don't think it's too much, but it's more. Like before the pandemic, we only used to go out once a month together and really interact.
Yeah.
Outside once a month. And after the pandemic, when we had to be by one another almost constantly, it's like I should have just know you more than this before, It should have never take a pandemic for me to know you. It should have been more than this. I mean, we're not friends, but we're family. We should know at least more about one another.
Yeah.
And then another thing would be like singing. Because before I used to say, all right, yeah, I'll go by Brent. We practice our song, please. It was normal. But I never used to be like, I want to sing.
Yeah.
I never had the feeling to say, I really just want to go up in front of somebody, sing a song, and express myself as much as possible. I never had that moment until the pandemic. So those are things that I think I take for granted, or that I should have taken more time to love, I guess.
Yeah.
You know that way.
Well, well, how to say it, boy? I believe that family time is awesome. For me, it was the opposite, right? Couldn't really have family time. It was just me, myself, and I. And I couldn't even have friend time or not even co-worker time, right? And sometimes they value the friendships or the family a little more because now that you're by yourself and ain't really have people to talk to because in all your close friends from back in the school days, it's not that we're not close, it's just that we're not in contact constantly as how we used to be, and yeah, I value those things that I take for granted. One thing I took for granted is traveling. I used to travel a lot and I haven't been able to travel for the past 2 years, right? Because of the pandemic. So traveling to see the world and to know new cultures, new people, new languages is just an awesome thing that they have to do. It's like a bucket list that they have to do. And I'm telling you, the first moment I'm going to go out and ain't see me for a very, very, maybe very long time.
Like a year. Like a whole year.
Yeah, yeah, so, but traveling is really awesome. And then to see people dying, so many people died across the world. And when I hear about the places, you might think, hey, I used to be there. I was there, and it kind of hit home, So yeah, I want to go back to those places and even more. So yeah, don't take things for granted, right? But what happened during the pandemic that was something new was created in you, right? Or amongst you that they want to keep after the pandemic?
Well, for me personally, I think that my work ethic went straight up, like sky high. I always thought that, all right, well, I know I'm a hard worker, but for some reason, when this pandemic showed me that, all right, well, I have to work harder. Looking back on the time that I had before, I realized that I wasn't giving myself 100%.
Yeah.
So I think this pandemic, like, flip a switch in the head to say, all right, well, you're exercising like 2, 3 days a week. Try and exercise 6 out of the 7 days. Let me see how it works. And when I did that, I realized definite changes. But not only physically, I got a work ethic, but I also got my mental state in more of a kind of work ethic kind of thing. Because normally I used to like turning, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely transparent.
Yeah.
If I had an assignment due in 2 weeks, I waited until 2 days before due date. So this is to make sure that, well, I have an assignment due in 2 weeks. I have this assignment due in one. Try and do the assignment that due in 1 week in this amount of time. Next time I have another assignment to do in that same subject, see how long it will take me. Or in that same subject.
So wait, you were purposely doing this or you were just procrastinating?
I believe it was procrastination because I don't think I would do it on purpose because of my family and the expectations. Brent, you know this?
I just had to ask you question, you know.
So I think it was more procrastination than anything else. So this one I make sure that, well, procrastination is not an option. You have nothing else to do. It's best to do the work. You put in your time, you put in your effort, and then eventually you will see the results.
Yeah. For me, it was more like if I want to piggyback on what you were saying, because they have more time on their hands, they created more things to do, right? And I was working my tail off. I'm still working my tail off, right? And I hardly have any time. Now I'm trying to like hide from work, but yes, because sometimes it becomes a mindset that sometimes working brings, how to say it, boy, a peace or a distraction to anything. And yeah, so sometimes it's just bury yourself in work. Alexia, what was going on, say, girl?
I was going to say, if you know me, I am a very loud person.
Say it again. I wasn't here just now. I wasn't here just now.
I say, if you know me, like real know me, I am very loud.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Very boisterous, very bold. And since the pandemic, I realized that some situations I just don't need to be as loud. So I kind of taken down, oh gosh, calm down. But I try not to be as loud since the pandemic starts, and like things that do directly concern me, I mind in my business. Like if say I go back to class in the physical now and I see a set of students quarreling, if I was not the prefect, I will sit down and say nothing. Before though, I used to be, hey, let's shut all them out, all they overdoing it. La, da, da, da. But now I'll be like, whoever, yes, they're not answering me and they're not even affecting me in any kind of way for me to go and get on in a certain type of way. So since the pandemic, I just think I am more quiet and to myself, because in school and even in my house, I would have been more interactive and all up in it, trying to create a conversation. But now I don't even initiate text messages. I can't remember the last time I messaged somebody first unless it's for something.
Yeah.
Or to inform them of something. Like I don't do it anymore. Like the only way you'll see me have a message chain with somebody is if they message me first. Because why? I do not want to talk to you. Why? Because I want to be by myself. Why? Because I want to be myself. I learned to be myself without people influence, if that makes sense. So
hey, listen, I want to cut across here. I was watching a vacation rental show last night on Netflix, and one of the vacation places was a cave. Beautiful. If you see how they outfit that cave, real luxury. And the question to you, Alexia, would you, because I hear about, your alone time is so precious, are you a cave person? Would you love to go in a luxury cave?
Yeah, I will go. I mean, I just say I will go, but the next thing that's be following up is I'm living under my own roof. So it all depends. Personally, though, if it was just fully my decision, I would more than go. Because I telling you, from Form 1 to Form 4, which is before not even from Form 1, because it was since primary school. From primary school to Form 4, I just find I was too much of a people pleaser, and I used to do everything people asked me to do and whatnot. And I never actually find myself as myself. It was just me around people. Like, I can't be my truest self by myself, if that makes sense. So since the pandemic, I find again into more learning what I like and what I like to do, what could benefit me by myself, how I could showcase myself without having people around, by just being me, whoever that might be.
One thing I would want to continue after the pandemic is cooking. I used to love to cook in high school and somehow get lazy. And now I'm so busy that I don't have the time to cook. And when I reach home, it's like, oh, too tired to cook, right? And so the pandemic I was one of the essential workers, so I was working right through still, but yet I had a little ease that I could have start cooking again. And now that all the places open, honestly, their food, KFC and so on, was tasting like, oh my goodness, why did I eat this? You know, that kind of way. And I really missing my own food, you know, and I was so proud of myself that my food is tasting better than KFC and other places, you know, right? So I want to
like, so
continue
we
that.
know who we check in when we're hungry.
I was just about to say this. I was like, Brent, after, you know, after pandemic and whatnot, when you get back that groove, make sure and invite us so we can enjoy this better than KFC meal.
Well, you know, my taste may not be all their taste now.
Well, it only have one way to find out. And I just eat everything. I'm allergic to nothing.
Yeah.
So organize yourself.
And would I like to on this?
All right, well, hear this one. In October, On The Beat is going to start back hosting young people or youth hangouts, right? And it's by the studio itself. And so you could invite a couple of young people. We want to go over 10 people, right? And so maybe you could collaborate with us and invite them, and we just come and hang out, eat, right? I know what you're going to eat, but you're going to eat, right?
Well, I'm not bringing nothing, so you better organize yourself. And I wouldn't bring nothing for spite too.
Right?
Because you know, I like to cook myself.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I should walk with something. I should say.
That's why okay. I want you to organize me. Right? Right.
Okay. All right, miss.
Right.
We'll organize it. We'll organize it. So walk with something, all right? Okay, not to walk with food. Walk with someone. And someone at the same level, right? And we're going and feed off of each other knowledge and understanding and have some fun, right? So it's a place to just relax and just chill out and learn from each other. So we come to the end of the podcast, right? And it's a privilege to talk about the pandemic because it's a strange time for us, and hopefully we get through and young people out there get through this strange time and they don't think the worst out of it, but they think the best out of it, right? So guys, Alexia, Brandon, it's On The Beat Podcast.
Thank you for listening to On The Beat Podcast. Feel free to share, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay blessed, everyone.